Many of us go through life avoiding the hard questions, the ones that shake up our comfort zones. But what if these tough questions hold the key to your true potential? It's not just about pushing boundaries, it's about breaking them down completely. Today, we explore the ancient yet still relevant world of Stoicism, a philosophy that changes not just our thinking, but our whole way of living. Stoicism from ancient Greece teaches that true resilience comes from embracing challenges as essential parts of our growth. It gives us not only the bravery to face hardships, but also the wisdom to see what really matters amid the chaos. As we delve into the principles of Stoicism, we'll see how these timeless lessons can help us live more fulfilling lives. Whether you're feeling stuck or just looking to better tackle life's challenges, keep watching. This journey into Stoicism is about more than learning a philosophy. It's about living it every day. And as always, if you like what we're doing, please hit the subscribe button. Let's start. First, start small. Stoicism teaches that big changes start with small, intentional steps. It's not about changing your life overnight, but making manageable adjustments that lead to big transformations over time. This philosophy doesn't push for rapid, overwhelming change. Instead, it values steady, gradual progress. Each small action is a building block for your new self. As Zeno of Citium, the founder of Stoicism, suggested, it's about laying one stone at a time to build a strong path to self-improvement. So, how do you start small in practical terms? It could be as simple as spending 5 minutes each morning on reflection or journaling, practices rooted in Stoic tradition. These moments help align your daily actions with your deeper values, creating inner peace and clarity for the day ahead. Another small yet impactful step is changing how you react to stress. Stoics practice reframing their perceptions to control their responses to events beyond their control. This means pausing when you feel upset and choosing a calm, reasoned response instead of reacting impulsively. Starting small also means embracing Stoic acceptance, acknowledging and adapting to the present moment, rather than wishing it were different. This could mean accepting a minor inconvenience with grace, or recognizing a challenging emotion without letting it control you. By focusing on these small, manageable parts of your life, you're not just practicing Stoicism, you're living it. Each small step reinforces your commitment to self-mastery and continuous growth, embodying the Stoic ideal that true progress is a deliberate and measured journey, not a sprint. Second, stop letting anxiety control you. In Stoicism, anxiety isn't caused by events themselves, but by how we judge those events. This idea is empowering because it means you can control your internal state no matter what happens outside. Stoicism teaches us to analyze our anxiety, understand its roots, and challenge the judgments that cause it. Anxiety often stems from wanting to control things we can't, like the future, others' opinions, or the outcomes of situations. According to Stoicism, the only things we truly control are our actions, thoughts, and reactions. When you feel anxiety creeping in, ask yourself if you're worrying about something you can't control. Instead, focus on how you can respond, which is always within your control. This isn't about suppressing anxiety, but about changing your perspective. Regularly practicing this Stoic approach can significantly reduce anxiety. It's about developing the mental discipline to acknowledge your fears, assess if they're valid, and then focus on what you can control. Stoics like Marcus Aurelius often reminded themselves to separate external events from their internal reactions, promoting self-mastery in unpredictable situations. Stoicism also recommends mental training through practices like premeditatio malorum, where you imagine the worst-case scenarios and prepare yourself for them. This might seem strange, but by facing your fears mentally, you lessen their power over you and reduce anxiety by getting used to the idea that you can handle adversity. By using these Stoic strategies, you build mental resilience that not only protects you from future anxieties, but also helps you live more fully in the present. Each moment of anxiety becomes a chance to practice Stoicism, turning a potentially paralyzing experience into an opportunity for growth and strength. Third, create a routine. Stoics like Seneca and Marcus Aurelius believe that having structure frees us from daily chaos and aligns us with our virtues. A good routine isn't a prison, but a support system for our highest goals and principles. Imagine your daily routine as a garden. Just as a garden needs regular care to thrive, your habits need consistent attention to grow virtues like wisdom, justice, courage, and temperance, which are key to Stoicism. Identify times of day when you can practice these virtues. Maybe you meditate in the morning to cultivate peace, wisdom, and temperance, or set aside time to help others, which involves justice and courage. To establish such a routine, start with small, manageable commitments. If you're not a morning person, don't schedule demanding tasks early. Instead, match your tasks to your natural energy levels. Include time for reflection, perhaps through journaling or reading Stoic texts, to remind yourself of the principles you want to embody. Also, integrate Stoic pauses throughout your day. These are short breaks where you reflect on your current emotional state and realign with Stoic ideals. Ask yourself, is this action aligned with my virtues? These pauses help anchor your actions in Stoic thought and solidify your routine. A Stoic routine also allows for flexibility. Stoicism teaches the importance of adapting to circumstances calmly. If something unexpected happens or an opportunity arises to practice a virtue, adjust your schedule. The goal isn't to stick rigidly to a checklist, but to live purposefully according to Stoic values. As you build and refine your routine, remember that the aim is not just to be productive, but to cultivate a steady, virtuous character, regardless of external events. A Stoic routine helps create a life not just of efficiency, but of ethical integrity and philosophical fulfillment. Fourth, give yourself the command to stop. In Stoicism, telling yourself to stop isn't just about ending a behavior. It's about taking control over your impulses and desires, which often lead us astray. This is rooted in the Stoic idea of self-mastery, where true freedom comes from within, not from outside circumstances. Giving yourself the command to stop means using your willpower to redirect your actions toward more virtuous behaviors. Let's see how you can apply this. If you find yourself procrastinating, spending too much time on social media instead of doing meaningful activities, telling yourself to stop means more than just putting your phone down. It means recognizing that this impulse distracts you from your values and choosing to focus on activities that align with your Stoic goals, like reading philosophy or reflecting. This practice can be used for any habit or impulse that doesn't serve your higher purpose, like overeating or smoking. The Stoic principle here is not just about stopping the negative, but replacing it with a positive habit. This is called virtue substitution, where you replace a less desirable habit with one that helps your growth and well-being. Also, giving yourself the command to stop involves pausing to reflect on why you engage in these behaviors. What discomfort or emptiness are you trying to fill? Stoicism teaches us to face these discomforts directly, understand them, and learn to cope without harmful habits. This reflection leads to greater self-awareness, a key aspect of Stoic philosophy, and helps you make better choices. Remember, Stoics believe you have the power to choose your response in any situation. By commanding yourself to stop, you are practicing high self-control, demonstrating your ability to live according to rational principles, even when facing habits that seemed unbeatable. Fifth, free up precious resources. In our modern lives, we often waste time on activities that don't serve our higher goals or align with our core values. This could be anything from mindlessly scrolling through social media to overcommitting ourselves out of a sense of obligation rather than genuine interest or purpose. Stoicism teaches us to evaluate our commitments through a lens of virtue and usefulness, asking whether these activities contribute to our personal and moral development. How can you practically free up these resources? Start by conducting an audit of your typical day or week. Identify where your time goes, which tasks drain your energy, and what captures your attention. Are these activities aligning with your goals of living wisely, justly, courageously, and temperately? If not, it might be time to make some changes. Reducing clutter, both physical and mental, is another Stoic practice. By minimizing distractions around us, we create a space that promotes tranquility and focus. This isn't just about having a tidier home or workspace, but about creating an environment where you can thrive, one that supports your efforts to live according to Stoic principles. In freeing up these resources, you're not just making room in your schedule or on your desk, you're making room in your life for growth, reflection, and engagement with the deeper aspects of existence. You're setting the stage for a life where actions are deliberate and aligned with the Stoic virtues, ensuring that every choice you make is a step towards becoming the person you aspire to be. Sixth, do something difficult. Engaging in tough tasks isn't just about testing our limits, it's about expanding them, a key concept in Stoic philosophy. The Stoics believed in voluntary discomfort as a way to achieve greater self-mastery. By doing something difficult, we not only prove our resilience but also train ourselves to handle future challenges with more ease and composure. Consider deliberately choosing challenging tasks, whether it's tackling a complex project at work, starting a rigorous fitness routine, or having difficult conversations. These tasks may seem daunting at first, but each provides a chance to develop virtues like courage, perseverance, and temperance. Stoicism teaches that the true value of these tasks lies not in their immediate results but in the growth they bring. How can you start incorporating this into your life? Begin by identifying a task you've been avoiding because it's hard. Approach it with a Stoic mindset, viewing it as an exercise to develop your character and virtues. Prepare mentally by focusing on the benefits of the task, not just the end result, but the personal strengths you will gain. Stoicism doesn't suggest facing challenges blindly or without preparation. Instead, it encourages a methodical approach. Break tasks into manageable steps and set realistic expectations. This makes daunting tasks more approachable and instills a sense of discipline and purpose in your actions. By regularly pushing your boundaries, you enhance your ability to handle tough situations and boost your confidence in your capabilities. Each challenge becomes a testament to your resilience and commitment to living a virtuous life rooted in Stoic principles. Seventh, associate with people who make you better. Stoicism teaches us the importance of community and how our social environment profoundly influences our personal growth. Philosophers like Seneca and Epictetus emphasize that the company we keep reflects and shapes our values. Spending time with people who embody the virtues we want to develop can accelerate our progress toward becoming better individuals. Think of it this way: every interaction is a chance to learn and grow. When you spend time with people who challenge you, support your growth, and inspire you to aim higher, you're setting yourself up for success. These relationships remind you of what is possible and motivate you to pursue your best self. How can you apply this Stoic advice? Start by evaluating your current relationships. Ask yourself which connections encourage your virtues and which might be holding you back. It's not about judging others, but recognizing their influence on your life. Identify those who uplift you and invest more in those relationships. Initiate deeper conversations, seek advice, or collaborate on projects that align with your shared values. Additionally, seek out new connections that align with the person you want to become. Join clubs, groups, or online communities focused on personal interest or development. Whether it's a philosophy reading group, a fitness community, or a volunteer organization, these spaces offer a network of like-minded individuals who encourage and inspire you. Remember, Stoicism isn't about surrounding yourself with perfect people, but about building genuine connections that challenge you to think critically, act justly, and live courageously. By curating your social circle this way, you create a supportive environment conducive to personal and moral development. Eighth, stop fearing change. In Stoicism, change is seen not as a threat, but as a natural part of the universe. Stoics like Marcus Aurelius believed that fearing change is as pointless as fearing the sunrise. Both are inevitable and beyond our control. Embracing change means aligning ourselves with life's flow, recognizing that each change brings opportunities for personal growth. The first step to overcoming the fear of change is understanding the Stoic concept of amor fati, which means love of fate. This means accepting everything that happens to us, even negative experiences, as necessary parts of our journey. By adopting this mindset, we reduce anxiety about uncertainty and open ourselves to the lessons changes bring. To practically stop fearing change, start by noticing how you react to small changes in your daily routine, like a change in your work schedule or a last-minute adjustment in plans. Notice any resistance you feel and remind yourself of the Stoic practice of seeing obstacles as opportunities. Each small change is a chance to build resilience and flexibility. Integrate reflective meditation into your routine. Think about past changes that seemed daunting but led to positive outcomes. This reinforces the belief that change, while often uncomfortable, can lead to significant growth. Stoicism encourages us not just to accept change passively, but to engage with it actively in a way that aligns with our virtues. This means approaching change with wisdom and justice, using it as a catalyst for improvement. By viewing change through this Stoic lens, you can transform what many fear into a source of empowerment and renewal. Ninth, say no to the inessential. In Stoicism, saying no to what's unnecessary is about focusing on what truly enhances your well-being and aligns with your deeper values. This principle helps you create a life free from unnecessary activities, relationships, or possessions, allowing you to concentrate on virtue and personal growth. Stoic philosophers stress the importance of distinguishing between what is essential and what isn't, encouraging us to shed excess and prioritize what truly matters. This approach isn't just about physical minimalism, it also applies to our commitments, engagements, and even our thoughts. By reducing the non-essential, we free up time, energy, and attention for activities that foster true fulfillment and happiness. To apply this in your daily life, start by evaluating your current commitments. Ask yourself whether each activity or obligation helps you progress toward your personal and ethical goals. Is it contributing to your growth or just filling time? This requires honest self-reflection, a key Stoic practice. Once you identify what's inessential, have the courage to start saying no. This might mean declining invitations that don't align with your goals, stepping away from projects that drain your resources without meaningful returns. or distancing yourself from negative social interactions. Also, apply this principle to your possessions and digital life. Simplify your living space and online connections to include only what adds value to your life. This doesn't mean living without comfort or enjoyment, but prioritizing things that serve a purpose beyond mere acquisition or distraction. By saying no to the inessential, you control your environment instead of letting it control you. It's about making choices that reinforce your autonomy and support your journey toward a more purposeful and centered life. 10th, come back to rhythm. Think of your personal rhythm as the state where you feel most aligned with your values and most productive. Disruptions to this rhythm are inevitable, whether due to unexpected events or internal disturbances like emotional upheavals. The Stoic way to handle these disruptions isn't to overreact or despair, but to gently guide yourself back to practices of self-discipline and mindfulness. Start by identifying the core activities that make up your rhythm. These might include routines like morning meditations, evening reflections, regular exercise, or dedicated time for reading. When life throws you off balance, prioritize these activities to regain your grounding. Use Stoic reflection to understand what caused the disruption. Was it within your control? If so, what can you do differently next time? If not, remember the Stoic principle of focusing on your reactions rather than the events themselves. Returning to your rhythm also means forgiving yourself for any deviations. Stoicism teaches us to be kind to ourselves, understanding that perfection isn't the goal. Continuous improvement is. Each return to your rhythm is a chance to reinforce your commitment to living by Stoic virtues, treating each setback as a step in your journey of self-mastery and growth. Thank you for joining us on this journey through Stoicism. Every step you take in mastering yourself helps you embrace life's challenges with resilience and wisdom. Since you've made it to the end, share your thoughts in the comments. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. See you soon.